Hey, 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 come on in, come on in. We are a couple minutes early today. Let's talk some government contracting here. I'm just moving something off my desk. But come on in, come on in. I'm a minute or so early. We're going to get started at the top of the hour talking about government contracting, and let's come up with some ideas of things you can do to win some contracts like here really soon. So come on in, come on in. Introduce yourself. Let us know where you're joining from, as we're going to be talking about government contracting, ideas of what you can offer to the government if you're not sure, how you can decide what to offer to the government, and how you can do your own research just to make that happen. So that's what we're talking about here today. I'm getting my notes out here. I have to remember where they're at. But come on in, come on in. Let's get started. That's the wrong tab. Come in, introduce yourself. Let us know where you're joining from. And if you already know what you're going to offer to the government, share that too. Let me pull up my notes. We're in Q3. Jeez. Where has the year gone? Today is the 11th. Yeah. All right. Awesome. Awesome. Hey, Victoria, Fort Worth, Texas. Hey, you're right down the road from me. What are you going to offer to the government? Let us know. So come on in. Let us know who you are, where you're joining from. If you know what you're going to offer to the government, let us know that. If you're unsure, just say, hey, I don't know. But that's what we're going to be talking about here today. Some ideas of things that you can offer to the government, in addition to how you can do a little research, solidify what you want to offer to the government if you're not sure. So that's what we're going to be talking about here today. Hey, 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 we have Kim. Providing goods. Okay, awesome, awesome. Mackenzie, hey, 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 from Richmond, Virginia. Okay. Freight dispatch, broker, procurement. Awesome. Okay, got you. Okay, Victoria doesn't know as of yet. Okay, good, good. That's cool too. So yeah, come on in. For those of you, and I think a couple of you, I don't remember you being here, but anyway, my name is Felicia, and I help small businesses, woman-owned businesses, minority-owned businesses, service-disabled veteran-owned businesses, win contracts with the federal government. So we talk about government contracting and everything in between, and the goal is always to get you to that first bid done fast. Okay, so that's what we talk about over here. All right. I don't know how is this. I'm not gonna butcher this up, but I'm just gonna say your last name, Lewis, and you're in, is that Pennsylvania? You're doing cleaning services. So you can definitely let me know how to pronounce your name, because I don't want to mess it up. We also have, what is this? Velta Street here. Tressa's here. Oh, Senior Connect. Okay, okay. Pam, hey, hey, hey. I don't remember you, so welcome. From Baton Rouge, Louisiana, leadership and professional development. I like it. Hey, Chris, not sure yet. Okay, that's okay. And you have a semi. Okay. All right. Audria here from Mesquite. I remember talking to you in the past, professional and management development training. Awesome. Naime. Am I saying that right? Naime. I hope I am. Chris is in Houston, and somebody's in Atlanta doing customer experience services, UX, UI software. Okay. Process modeling. Awesome. Naima. Is that right? I'm just going to call you by your last name. Okay. That way I don't mess it up. My apologies. I'm not good at pronouncing people's names sometimes. So I apologize. That's my fault. All right. So let's get into what we're talking about here today. We're going to be talking about government business ideas. A lot of times I have people coming to me. I get, in my DMs, emails, it runs the gamut. But a lot of times people don't know what they want to offer to the government or what they should offer to the government. So I want to help you guys in deciding what you should offer to the government. If you're unsure of what to offer to the government, how you can do some research and figure out what you want to offer to the government, because that's very, very important as you move forward with your government contracting business. Like, you need to know what you're going to offer. And if you pay attention to the things that I teach you, I can't give them to you here step by step, right? From week to week, we talk about various topics, as I said, government contracting and everything in between. But it is a step-by-step process of what you need to do on your journey to becoming a government contractor. And then there's another step-by-step process that you need to do as you're bidding, and ultimately your goal being win a government contract. Okay, so just keep that in mind. Yep, Pam said she's new to the community. I thought so. I usually remember names. Oh, I said your name right. Okay, cool. So we have Dominique from Baltimore, janitorial. All right, awesome. Mia is in Atlanta, janitorial. I'm not sure if she's in my boot camp or not. I think that might be her, if that's the last name there. But yeah, so welcome, welcome. All right, cool. So let's dive in. All right, here we go. So here's some things, Victoria, for example, I want you guys to consider as you look into what you're going to offer to the government. Even if you already say, okay, I'm going to offer XYZ to the government, still consider what I'm sharing with you, especially if like you're not finding opportunities to be it right now. This may be helpful for you as well. So I want you to choose something that you like doing, okay? Something that you have experience in, and then, you know, search and see what's out there. What I find a lot of times is people like to select what they're going to offer to the government, or what they're going to, you know, do their business as, what they're going to offer, whether it's a product or service or whatever it is, based on how much money they can make. And a lot of times that backfires on you, because just because you can make a lot of money at something doesn't mean you will. And if you don't have the skill set in what you chose, there's still a problem. So you have to dive a little bit deeper than, oh, here's something I see, you know, they're doing a lot of this type of work. Let me do that so I can make some money. A lot of times people will say, hey, I'm going to go into construction. I can't tell you how many times people come to me saying, hey, they want to get into construction. And if you guys know me, I've had a construction company, did very well in the federal government marketplace. But I tell people, you know, like, you can't just jump into construction and you don't know construction. It just doesn't work like that. There's too much risk, and there's a lot of liability, in addition to just being able to deliver on what you promised. So you want to make sure it's something that you can do. You have some type of knowledge about it. Okay. Because I give this example with people a lot of times. If you choose something that you don't know and you're like, okay, well, I'll just partner with somebody or team with another company, that's fine. But how do you know if they're pricing it right? How do you know if they're doing the work correctly? How do you know when they say, oh, we can get it done in 10 days, it won't take 20 days? And then you put it in for 10 days, you win the opportunity, and then you can't deliver in 10 days. And Houston, we have a problem. Okay, so it's very, very important that you have some type of knowledge around what you want to do. Now, I also suggest, you know, picking something that you like to do, because I believe that whatever you choose to do, if you're choosing to do it, it should be fun for you. You should be able to have fun. And so I always tell people in my community, you know, you can make money and have fun. And that's the objective. It should go together, making money and having fun. And so if you choose something that you don't like, something that you don't know anything about, it's going to make it very, very difficult. And then you're not going to have fun. Okay. Another thing or reason why people will pick one thing over the other is we have friends, right? And we know someone that's doing XYZ in the government and they're making all this money. And so I'm just going to do the same thing. Or you're working with them on their projects, and so you just choose to do the same thing because you think, okay, this is all it is. And really, you're only seeing a piece of what it is. So I can't stress enough, you know, write this down, pick something that you have some type of knowledge about and that you would be able to deliver. Okay, that's very, very important. Now, one of my, I think, favorite and easy entry points into government contracting is consulting. And I say that because if you choose something that you're good at, then you can do consulting on that. When I say consulting, you know, you can use consulting You can say professional training and development, whatever it is, right? You're able to teach, share knowledge on what you know. And in the comments, I think we have, let's see, Andrea, she's doing professional training and development and management. I'm sure she picked something that she already had knowledge about, and that's probably what she's teaching on. I think somebody else up in here was doing professional training and development as well. Maybe not. Okay. No. Okay. I think that was it. All right. So anyway, but you can do something on the professional training and development in relation to what you already know. Or maybe, you're doing some work in corporate, private sector, and you want to bring it over to the government and you're already doing it, you're teaching on it. That's cool too. So I do like consulting, professional training and development because the entry cost is very minimum. Most cases, everybody has a computer, a smartphone, you have everything that you need to get started. And so the startup cost is really low. So also consider that. Okay, what is your startup cost going to be? Because I'll have people email me all the time and like, hey, I'm thinking about doing this, this, and this. What startup costs will I have to pay? And I'm like, I don't know. Like, how do I know, right? And they pick something is not my area of expertise. My area of expertise is government contracting, construction, professional training, and development, right? Now, my ability to be able to help you guys is just because government contracting is government contracting. Bidding contracts is bidding contracts. Scope of work doesn't matter, right? That's your area. You should know the scope. And so people ask me that, and I'm like, you have to figure out what your startup cost is going to be. I don't know what you already have and what you don't have. I don't know everything that you may need, so you have to do your own research and determine what the startup cost will be for you. So, if you're doing products, then of course, you're going to have to get the products. If you're doing services, you may have everything you need outside of having to get to the location, which would be a plane ticket or something like that. But that cost will go into the project. So again, you probably have everything you need to get started. So you have to think about that as well. Now, whatever your idea is, I would suggest, get a sheet of paper. List everything you can think of that you're good at, you've done before. Maybe you studied it in school. Maybe it's a hobby. List everything and then start looking at those individually and see which things do you like to do. So you can start there. And then which things are you really, really good at? I can tell you that a lot of times when we choose something that we're really good at, it comes really easy to us. It's not so much for other people. And even me and teaching you guys, I have to remind myself all the time that I don't go the shortcut route with you guys, although I could do it. But if I'm teaching it to you, you need it step by step. You need all the pieces, right? So that you can understand it. It's kind of like doing math. If you think about math, and you get into exponents and things like that, and you have those long equations that you have to fill out. I can do those in my head, right? But if I'm teaching it to you, I can't just give you the end answer. I need to show you step by step every move I made to come up with that end answer. So it's the same thing in thinking about professional training and development, for example, and even you deciding what you're going to offer to the government. Do you know all the steps? Do you know everything you're going to need to do? Do you know what equipment, supplies, and things like that you're going to need? Now, it's not to say you can't pick something where you don't, but understand if that's the case, then you have this learning curve and you're going to have to account for that. So you can't jump in the game and like, oh, I'm going to do janitorial. You don't know what supplies you're going to need. You don't know your cost and like, oh, I want a contract tomorrow or I want one this month. Be realistic, okay? And do the work. So let me tell you a couple sites that you can use to search and see what type of contracts the government is putting out. Now, even if you don't find an opportunity that you're currently doing or that you're going to offer to the government, it doesn't mean that they don't, purchase that. It just means that they may not be purchasing it right now. Okay, so keep that in mind. So with that being said, you can go to the new beta.sam.gov website. You can check that out. And see what's available there. And I'm going to put the link right here for my new people. Okay, so there's that website. So you can definitely go there. When you go there, you can look at current opportunities that's out for bid. You can also look at historical data to see what was out in the past, which will also tell you the type of things that the government is purchasing. Now, just for transparency, let me just say, the government pretty much purchases everything. When I say everything, I mean everything. The only thing I truly believe they don't purchase is soldiers. Outside of that, they pretty much buy it. So just think of it in that regard, okay? Another website you can look at is, and this is historical data only, is fpds.gov. Okay, so I just put that in there as well. So there you can see historical data, opportunities that's been out for bid, and the beta.sam.gov website, you can do historical data as well as current opportunities. So that'll help you in deciding what you're going to offer to the government, okay? Now, if you want to do work with your state, local, county government, you can definitely check their websites as well to get some ideas of what you can offer to the government. So definitely, you know, and those websites is just going to be specific to where you're at. And so you'll just search your state contracting, you know, opportunities or local county government. Most of the time you could probably even go to their websites at, you know, your city, that kind of thing, and find a tab, small businesses or procurement or something like that. And it'll kind of help you in that regard. Okay. So those are some things that you can do to help you in deciding what you're going to offer to the government. And in addition to, say right now, you don't see anything in relation to what you want to offer. Maybe you want to make a pivot, a tweak. Then you can also use this strategy to do that. Back in March, when everything first happened, I was doing a lot of videos. Well, I still was doing my weekly videos, but in there, I was telling you guys, pay attention to what's going on. Listen to what they're asking for. Watch the news because they're telling you what they need. Some of my clients listen to what I said and they have contracts now. Everybody didn't listen, but some did. And I'm like, they're telling you they have this urgent need. And if you can feel this need, let me tell you, they were moving mountains to get those opportunities to you, even if you didn't have everything set up. Okay, long as some of the most important things were, they were still getting contracts. So you have to pay attention to what they're asking for as well. So that's just another way to decide on what you could possibly offer to the government as well. All right, so keep that in mind. Now, whatever you choose, I want to encourage you to make sure, again, you choose something you enjoy, something that's fun for you, because what you don't want to do is choose something and it feels like another job. And then here's the mentality of be like, well, I could have just kept my other job where I only worked 8 hours a day versus now working 10, 12 hours a day plus weekends. Okay. So make sure you don't make yourself a business that's like another job. And part of that is, you know, getting help as you need it and as quickly as possible. And sometimes we have to add on help before we need it when we see a shift coming. And we'll talk more about that in later videos. Okay. Now, I went on to the betasam.gov website and did a little research myself. And I'm going to share some things that just popped up, opportunities, no particular order. There's a whole lot more that they purchased, but I didn't want to spend all my time sitting here telling you that because I gave you the link. You can go check it out. But here's what I found. I did this. Today is Tuesday. I think I did it Sunday or something over the weekend. Anyway, on the beta site, they had something for repair services as far as buildings and houses. Yes, the government has houses too. They had something for professional training under life support training. So if you had a life support class, then there you go. They were looking for modular furniture. I had one of my clients, she does trucking and transportation, logistics. And anyway, she found the opportunity where they were looking for furniture in addition to having the furniture delivered, and she bid it on that opportunity. So thinking outside the box. They have one for software support, another one for AC unit replacements. So if you do HVAC, there's some opportunities there for you. Portable generators and trailers. So portable generators, portable trailers, and even school systems use those trailers, you know, when they run out of space in the school and they need to put some of the classes in those trailers. So that's what they be doing when you see those on site. There was one for a roof replacement, leadership workshop training. So Andrea, I don't know exactly what you do under your professional training and development. Maybe it is leadership. If it is, that's an opportunity for you. They also had one on team building and leadership coaching, security services, and the list goes on. So you have to check it out for yourself. Now, here's what I tell people when we talk about government contracting as a whole. The government, again, pretty much buys everything. Wherever you're at right now, look around you. Just do a 360 spectrum around you, and the government buys what you're seeing. If you're driving, what do you see? Trust me, they buy buildings, they buy cars, they buy land, okay? They buy pencils, papers, cups, promotional items. Somebody asked me about promotional items, and they buy that as well. You know, computers, notebooks, scissors, desk, chairs, lights, light bulbs. I'm just looking around my office. Pictures, printers, you know, IT cabling type stuff, plugs, or extension cords, I guess you would say. Just everything. Okay. So hopefully that gave you guys an idea of what they purchase. Pretty much everything. Phones, right? Laptops, iPads, they buy those too. So they buy everything. You just have to think outside the box or do the research. Now, let me look this one up real quick. I'm gonna look up a link and I'm gonna share this one with you as well. You can also use this website to do a keyword search. And I just put that in there. Do a keyword search and NAICS codes will come up. If a NAICS code come up for what you do your search on, the government buys that as well. So I just gave you 3 different places you can start looking if you're unsure of what you want to offer to the government. If right now what you're offering, you can't find any opportunities and there's a way for you to pivot just a little bit, make a little small tweak in your offering, then that will materialize in you doing your research as well. If you're, you know, looking for some current opportunities and you need something right now. So definitely check that out as well. All right. So that's all I have there. So we're going to open it up for Q&A. You know how I like to do. I come in, I give you guys a little bit of information on Tuesday, you know, do a little educational piece, and then I like to open it up for Q&A. So if you have any questions, go ahead and pop them into the chat box, and I'm going to jump over there and answer your questions, as many as I can in the time that we have. All right. So definitely go ahead and start popping your questions in. If you have an idea what you want to offer now after what I shared, you can pop that in too. We can talk about that. And let's see, while you're doing that, let's see, who did I miss on the hellos? Let's see who else is here. I did Chris. I did Dominique. Mia. Martate. Welcome. I don't know. Okay, that's the same Pam. Okay, yeah. So if you have any questions, go ahead and pop those in. Someone else here is an exquisite life. So I don't know your name, but welcome. Glad to have you joining us. And we have someone else, labor something MDC love. Welcome. Okay, that's Stephanie. Hey, Stephanie. Welcome. All right. So I think I got everybody on the hellos. Glad to have you. Okay, so we have Tanya Anderson. Welcome, welcome. So yeah, go ahead. If you have any questions, go ahead and pop those into the chat. And I really encourage you, this is the time to get your questions answered. So don't be shy, because if you send me a question via email, I'm going to tell you, hey, I go live every Tuesday. Come join us, get your questions answered. So I like to answer it in a way that it can benefit the whole. And I think when we, you know, ask our questions here and get them answered here, we just never know who has the same question. And then I can be to multiple people at one time. Okay. So go ahead, and if you have any questions, pop them in. I think I saw a couple, so let me scroll back. And if I miss your question, go ahead and pop it back in. Okay, but I'm gonna scroll a little bit and see what I can find. Okay, let's see. This, I don't know who this is. Mark Tate says, I see a lot of contracts on beta for sending food to federal prisons. What do you think about that? Yes, I have a person in my boot camp that is doing actually that. And so we're waiting to hear back. I haven't touched bases with her this week, but she may have a federal contract where she's doing that. I can't remember what was the price. Let me think, because she already won one contract doing our boot camp in 4 weeks. These people are winning contracts. I can't remember the value. I don't remember. Maybe I think it may be a 6-figure contract, but yeah, she's going to be supplying something to the federal prison. So yeah, I mean, if that's what you want to do, because what you're doing, Marte, is not saying that, okay, I want to supply stuff to the federal prison. What you're saying is, I want to provide this product, and right now the federal government needs it. So you can provide the food to them, but you know, if the Air Force Base needs it, you can supply the food to them as well. So just look at it like that. But yeah, that's a great place. Yeah. Okay, so Pam wants to do professional training and development, leadership, staffing. Awesome. Yep, government buys that. So Pam says, do you suggest starting as a sub to gain knowledge and experience in preparation to bid as a prime? It depends. So one of the things I teach in the boot camp, you guys, is about approach. And we look at every opportunity individually and see what's the best approach. So your answer, Pam, is definitely, you could say, hey, I want to start out as a sub and do X, Y, Z. But what the ladies and the guys in the boot camp have found is some opportunities they can just go straight as a prime just because of what it is. And we look at it and that's the best approach. So definitely you can start out as a subcontractor and say that's what you want. But again, I'm going to teach you in the boot camp how to look at every opportunity individually and see what's the best approach. Okay. Let's see. I'm just scrolling. Victoria says, good nuggets. All right. I'm glad you grabbed one. That is so cool. And Pam says, great tip on consulting. Good. I like to pick something, somebody in the group. That's why I always tell you guys, what do I tell you? Come on in, let us know who you are, where you're joining from, and what you're offering to the government. And one of the reasons is I can use your, what you offer as an example, and it makes more sense for you. It's more clear when you can hear it based on what you're doing. It just makes more sense. So I always tell you guys to do that. And also, sometimes there's some networking and things that go on in the chat because you tell people what you offer and where you're at. And so partnering opportunities happen and all of that. And I'm cool with that. I'm glad to be able to share a space where that takes place. So that's why it's always good to come in, let us know who you are. Even if your name, your YouTube handle is not your name, at least put your first name so people know who they're talking to. And then what you offer, where you're at, so that they can connect with you. One, if they have an opportunity for you, or maybe they want to partner with you, just never know. Keep the door open. Okay. Let's see. Okay, Stephanie has an environmental engineering firm. You should look at opportunities with construction companies as well. I talk about that in some of the previous videos if you haven't seen them, where I talk about sometimes we have to look at other opportunities where what we offer may be wrapped into a bigger contract. So definitely think about that. Okay, so Andrea liked the leadership example I gave and the beta SAM opportunities I shared there. So she's going to check that out. Awesome. Let us know how that turns out. Come back to one of the lives and share it with us. And my scroll just went, so hold on. Let's see. It's Loop. I don't remember your name, but you are asking what are the constraints of a new business? I don't know. If you can give me a little bit more detail on that, I can maybe answer that. And then you say, I think we heard there are, is that minimum requirements of being open, etc. So if you can expand on that, it's Loop for me. And then I can come back and answer that for you. Okay. Hey, we have Felicia here from Cocoa Beach again. Hey, hey, hey. You spell your name just like I do. Cool. Let's see. You have a question here. Okay. It says, if I'm just starting government contracting and I have experience with event planning for friends and family, how do I use that as my past performance? It is exactly what it is. Who did you do it for? So maybe you did event planning for Stephanie Green, and it was, you could give, some basic scenario. You're not going to give all the details because you have small space, but maybe you planned a 3-day event for Stephanie Green. The dollar value of that was $10,500. So that's it, and you can tell what type of event if you wanted to, that kind of thing. If it was a location event, something local, whatever, kind of just give some detail on what it all entailed, what all you had to do, and put that in there. So yeah, you can use your personal experience until you have business experience for sure. And the government uses event plan because they have events. They put on events. They put on retreats. They may use a different term, but they do, events as well. And what do you call it? Retirement parties and things like that. Okay, so Kim Brown says, can you have more than one business in SAM? Yeah, I mean, what I want to say, the EIN number would be different, but my question would be, why would you want to? And so that's something definitely, if we were in like the boot camp or something like that, we could dive deeper into that, because a lot of times people think they have to have more than one business and they really don't. But we'd have to have a conversation, Kim, really just for me to kind of figure out what you're trying to offer, what's the two businesses. And then really my goal is always to get you to cash flowing as quickly as possible. And so I would also say, what would do that? So, those are some things you could definitely answer for yourself, and maybe that'll help you. But just to answer your question, yes, you can have more than one business in SAM. The problem you may run into though is when you're saying, okay, I have one business and then I have this other business and I'm a 100% owner of both. Well, you can't have all these different certifications under all these different businesses, right? Because you only get it one time. So it could run into some problems. So that's why I would say, I want to have a conversation with you and kind of iron that out and see what's the best approach and strategy to get you to your goal. That's always my goal. It's always approach and strategy, and then being in action. I think this is Mia. When you say pivot and say think outside the box, for instance, janitorial, I'm saying for anything. So, I mean, if you have a more specific question, definitely pop that in. But I'm just saying in general, no matter what you're offering. But if you're doing janitorial, you just got to put some boots to the ground. There should be opportunities for janitorial with everything that's going on. There's a lot of cleaning going on. And so even companies that have cleaning people, they can't sustain or handle the new demands by themselves. Why? Because not only are they working for this one company, they have other customers as well too. So yeah. Hey, Carla, I think it's been a while. I remember you. So Carla, okay, she's just telling us. Okay, so not a question. Okay, got it. Tiffany, hey, Tiffany says, do you have to change your NAICS codes and SAM if you find an opportunity other than what you have listed? Not necessarily. If it's something that you're going to be doing on a continuous basis, I would definitely add it at that point. But I wouldn't go into my SAM registration just changing it all the time, with every new term. So yeah. Kim says it was $88,000 for cleaning supplies. Oh, Kim's in the boot. That's Kim in the boot camp, probably. I think her name is Kimberly on the boot camp. And then Brown. It's a common name. So Kim is saying, yes, she won a contract. It was $88,000. Congratulations, Kim, again. She's a rock star. All right. Glad to have you. Exquisite Life. I don't remember your name. Maybe it was Tanya. I can't remember. But anyway, her question is, how do we choose the NAICS codes? Is there a limit? Do we include our potential subcontractors? Do we just keep it general? There's not a limit. I always tell people you should have more than one. And you basically want to choose all the NAICS codes that apply to what you're going to do. So it's not about your subcontractors so much, but about you. And what you're capable of. If you know you're going to be working with subcontract. So for example, here's an example. Somebody mentioned janitorial. So just because janitorial could be wrapped in a construction contract, I wouldn't say put construction as your NAICS code because you're not going to do construction. So hopefully that answers your question on adding the subcontractor NAICS code. Guys, on NAICS codes, you can put in your keywords and that'll help you in selecting which NAICS codes you would have. So basically select all that would apply. Now, let me just say you shouldn't have 20, 50, 90 NAICS codes. I've had clients do that and we've had to weed through them. You want to pick the ones that apply to what you do, and what you'll find is some overlap possibly. So just pick the main ones, okay? You don't want to list them all. C. Haynes, I remember you. What's going on? It's been a while. First time here, but I believe you've been in my email or something. Your name looks familiar. So welcome anyway. C. Haynes says, I never ran a business before, just looking into government contracting as an option. Do you suggest a first-time business owner going into government contracting? Yes, you can if you like. The government pretty much buys everything. Okay, so yeah, if that's what you want to do, you'll just you'll just set the foundation and put the things in place to make that happen. Okay. Okay, hold on. It scrolled on me. I got to go back. Hold on. Congrats, Kim. Oh, Exquisite Life. I think that's Tanya. Said, congratulations, Kim. Hey, hey, hey. Okay, Tanya says, will you have 3 payments again for the upcoming September boot camp? Maybe. We're looking at getting it set up this week. So yeah. So be on the lookout. Yeah, more than likely, we always add the 3 pay option as well. You know, just because. So yeah, if you want, Tanya, you can just check the website. I'll put the link down below here in a moment. And yeah, get in that way. And, you know, if any of you guys are thinking about joining the boot camp, I say get in as soon as possible. Get your foundational things set. So when we do the live sessions next month, you're ready to actually bid a contract. That's where I can help you in the most impactful way. I can help you with anything, but let's make some stuff happen. Kim and some of the other people in the boot camp, they joined early. When I say early, I mean before the live sessions, and they came to the opportunities like some of them had already won bids or they were bidding other stuff. I mean, it's just a whole lot of stuff going on, and I was really, really happy for them and excited at the same time. And everybody else in the group helped celebrate them as well. So, you know, you don't have to wait until September to sign up, because the other thing is it always fills up too. So you may miss out, and then you're going to have to wait till next time. And after September, I'm not sure if we'll be able to squeeze another one in before next year. So you don't want to have to wait. Plus, if you know anything about government contracting, guess what? The new forecast will be coming out in October. So you'll be ready for that as well. Let's see. So Victoria is leaning towards transportation. Awesome. So I'm going to gather you have some type of transportation experience. That's cool. Tanya says, thank you for all of your wisdom. Well, you are so welcome. Thank you for coming here, listening to it. I appreciate that. Okay, so that's not a question. Okay. All right. Okay, Labor MD Love says yes. I need to reach out to some construction companies. Yes. You never know what you might find. So here's Pam. Pam says, do you suggest starting as a sub to gain knowledge and experience in preparation for bidding as a prime. So I think I already answered that. Is there a way to find out how much? So Pam says, is there a way to find out how much a contract was awarded for and to which company? Yes, you can use the same sites, the beta.sam website and the FPDS website. So instead of looking for open opportunities, you're going to look for awarded opportunities, and that information is there. Nalita, hey, it's been a while. So just use different NAICS codes. Yes, pick all the NAICS codes that apply to what you're going to do. Valita says, I skipped your question. I didn't see it. So if you can pop it back in, that would be awesome. Randy, hey, Randy says, does the NAICS code matter? Yes, it does. Think about it like this. So when you put your NAICS code in the SAM registration portal, you do the small dynamic business search, you put it in there. If you're doing state, local stuff and you register with them and you put it in there, they can do a search via NAICS code when they're looking for something and you'll pop up. So it's a way for you to also be able to be seen, be visible to the people that's putting out contracting opportunities. And sometimes they can reach out to you. I think it's a YouTube live I'm doing next week. I can't remember. But anyway, we're going to be talking about some of those small contracts and how that kind of stuff happens. And so we'll dive more into that. Okay. Does the NAICS code on the, do the NAICS codes, I'm thinking Felicia's asking, does the NAICS codes go on your capability statement? Yes, I would definitely put them on there. If I had a whole bunch, I wouldn't put them all, right? Maybe 3 to 5, something like that. Victoria says, I'm confused. What does Kim's statement mean? 88. So what Kim is saying, she won a contract and the dollar value was $88,000. Dominique says, are you familiar with Fed Profits No Bid Government Contract Program? If so, what's your thoughts, advantages, and disadvantages? So I don't know about that program in itself. And I think if you're talking about the same thing that I'm thinking, it's fedprofits.com, not .gov. So that means it's a private entity that owns that. It's not a government agency. And so just to be transparent, I don't know the company like that to be able to speak on what they offer or anything like that. So you'll have to do your own due diligence and research on that, okay? Victoria says, I'm interested in the boot camp. All right, awesome. I'll put the link in. I think it was Tressa. I'm waiting on you to pop your question back in because I didn't see it. So if you want me to answer, you can definitely pop it back in. That's cool. Here's the link. Let me see. For the boot camp. So you can check that out. It's firstbiddonefast.com. And while we're waiting on Tressa to pop her question in, let me just say, I think I got about 10 more minutes. I think I got a client call here at 1:30. But anyway, if you can put your question in. The Contractors Edge Bootcamp. So in the bootcamp, let me tell you what we cover. Really, the objective is to get your first bid done fast. That's the objective. Whatever it takes to make that happen. Now, you know where you're at in your business. So if you're just getting started, we need to do some foundational things. The sooner you sign up, the better. So that when you come to the live sessions, we're able to just focus on bidding opportunities. But I can help you wherever you're at. It's not a problem. It's just that it's always great to come to the boot camp with the live session portion with something you want to bid and get my help. But when you sign up, you get immediate access. So you get to join, you get immediate access to the training portal. You get to start on going through the different, modules and laying the foundation and finding your customer, picking NAICS codes if you need to do that. And you get to learn how to bid contracts, write your proposal, put together your bid process, how to find solicitations, how to read the solicitation, understand what they're saying, pull out the requirements, and in turn, write your proposal. So all of that is waiting for you inside the training portal. And like I said, you get immediate access when you sign up. There's no wait. You just put in your information and then it takes you to the screen. You create your password and you are in, you have access. And then we start the live sessions next month, September, and then you get to come to those as well so that you can get my help like this. The only difference is we're like on a Zoom, so you can see me, I can see you. Some people hide their faces. It's cool. But you get to ask your questions and we can actually talk versus having to put it in the chat. So yeah. So definitely check that out. It's the Contractors Edge Bootcamp is what I'm talking about. It's on my website. So if you can't remember the link, you can just go to FeliciaStreeter.com, remember my name, and then click on Bootcamp and you'll see it there. But I popped it in again for you. Just in case. Tresser, I don't know if you're still here, maybe not. Maybe not, okay. Because I don't see your question. I see where you said I skipped it, but if you want to type it in, go ahead and type it in. Randy says, let me see. Okay, I was watching someone, he runs an IT group, but help complete an order for road salt, not IT. Is that normal? Possibly. I mean, I don't know the full details, but it sounds like he had the ability, the connection or something to make it happen is what it sounds like. So it could be possible, yes. You know, so we're speculating on some unknown things. And so I don't really know, but I mean, yeah, I could put together a janitorial deal. I don't do janitorial. Okay, so Tanya says, I am also interested in a boot camp. Okay, I gave you the link. Yeah, I know, Tress, I can't, but I don't see it. So if you can pop it back in, I can answer it for you because I missed it. Okay, and it just in this scroll. So that's why I say, you know, if I miss it, pop it back in. So if you want to type it in, I definitely answer it for you. I'm cool with that, but I just don't see it here on my side, unfortunately. Okay, do you guys have any questions about the boot camp? Any other final questions here? I do appreciate you guys coming hanging out with me on your lunchtime hour or right after lunch, just depending on where you are in this United States. Yeah, if you have any questions, go ahead, pop them in about government contracting, getting your business started, the Contractors Edge Bootcamp, anything like that. Go ahead and share. And Tresser, if you're going to put that in, I'll give you a couple more minutes to do that. Those of you, if this is your first time here, hey, let me just ask you guys to go ahead and subscribe to the channel so that you can get notified when I go live on Tuesdays and we drop new videos on Thursday. You can also hit the notification bell and you'll get notified when I go live in case you forget the time. It's the same time, same place, but just in case it'll pop up for you and you can just pop on over. As well as when we drop new videos, you'll get notified of that as well. And do me a favor and like this video if you, you know, digging what I'm putting down over here on the channel. Like this video. That also helps us all and be able to share this out to more people. You know how the back end of all these software systems work. So definitely we want to share with as many people as we can, because here's the thing. There's enough to go around. We have to think in abundance. We have to have an abundance mindset. And here's the other thing. You do know, remember I tell you guys, come on in, let us know who you are, where you're joining from, and what you offer. So you do know a lot more people come watch the replay and they're able to see. And as I read your names and different things, so they're able to see. And people can reach out to you that way when they have an opportunity. So it's a way for you to advertise your business. Like, we're not in a regular networking setting, but in this chat, by you putting that information, you're able to connect with people or them to connect with you and see what you offer and then reach out to you if they have a need or connection or anything like that. So don't skip out on that. Okay. All right. Well, I don't see her popping her question back in. So I appreciate you guys coming to join us, hanging out today. This was really, really great. I hope you guys came up with some ideas of what you can offer. If you did not know, definitely make sure you check out the Contractors Edge Bootcamp. Get on my email list. There's a free resource on my website. And then that way you'll be notified of, you know, all the great things that we're doing with the bootcamp. as well. And then, did I forget anything? Yeah, that's it. All right. Victoria says, if you decide to implement the 3 payments for the boot camp class, how will we be notified? 3 installments are more feasible is probably what she's saying. Yeah. Okay. That's what she was saying. Yeah. We'll probably, if you want, you can send me an email and then we can let you know when it's up, or you can just check back to the website. If you want to email me, it's just hello@FeliciaStreeter.com. So you can do that as well and just say, hey, let me know when you put the 3 pay option up, and then I'll let you know that. All right. All right, guys, I appreciate you hanging out with me, hanging in there. You can definitely come back to this video and pop in the comments what you're going to offer to the government if you need to decide and, you know, kind of think about it. I would love to hear what you're offering to the government. So let me know. I also hang out over on Instagram, so you can always come over there, hang out, DM me. You know, we can have conversations that way as well. All right. So I'll see you guys back here next week. Same time, same channel. And remember, you are just one contract away. Bye for now.